Hey everyone, welcome back. Just before we start, it's a fun idea if you type in where you're listening from. Thanks, like and subscribe, and let's get this started. I wake up to the sound of birds chirping outside our bedroom window. The sun is just starting to peek through the blinds, casting a warm glow over the room. I stretch my arms and turn to see Laura, my wife, still asleep beside me. Her dark hair spills over the pillow, and I can't help but admire how beautiful she looks, even after all these years. I gently slide out of bed, careful not to wake her. Our house is quiet. I tiptoe downstairs, each step creaking under my weight. The kitchen is immaculate, a testament to my obsessive cleaning habits. I make myself a cup of coffee, savoring the rich aroma as it fills the room. As I sip, I think about how ordinary our life seems. We have a routine, a rhythm that's comforting in its predictability. Laura and I met in college. She was the wild, adventurous type, while I was the grounded, practical one. Opposites attract, they say. We married young and built a life together. We've had our ups and downs like any couple, but we've always found a way to make it work. Or so I thought. Lately, Laura has been distant. She spends more time on her phone, texting late into the night. I've asked her about it, but she brushes me off saying it's work-related. I want to believe her, but something doesn't feel right. Laura comes downstairs, her robe loosely tied, revealing a hint of her smooth, pale skin. She smiles at me, but it doesn't reach her eyes. "Morning," she says, her voice soft and sleepy. "Morning," I reply, trying to sound cheerful. I hand her a cup of coffee, and she takes it, our fingers brushing briefly. There's an electric spark in that touch, a reminder of the passion we used to share. We sit at the kitchen table in silence, the tension between us thick. I glance at her, trying to read her expression, but she's staring into her coffee, lost in thought. I clear my throat. "Is everything okay, Laura?" She looks up, surprised. "Why wouldn't it be?" "I don't know. You've been different lately." She sighs, running a hand through her hair. "It's just work, Mike. Nothing to worry about." I nod, not convinced, but I don't push it. Not yet. I finish my coffee and head to the shower, the hot water washing away the doubts and worries for a moment. I think about our life, our marriage, and wonder where things went wrong. I'm determined to fix it, whatever it takes. By the time I'm dressed and ready for work, Laura is gone. She left a note on the counter, saying she had an early meeting. I stare at the note, the neat handwriting, and feel a pang of sadness. I remember when she used to write love notes. Now it's just reminders. Everything seems ordinary, but I can't shake the feeling that something is about to change. And it does. One event, one revelation, completely changes my life. But for now, I head to work, trying to push the doubts to the back of my mind. Ignorance is bliss, they say. But not for long. It's Friday evening, and I'm home early. The house is quiet, too quiet. I call out for Laura, but there's no answer. I head upstairs to our bedroom, the place that once felt like a sanctuary. As I approach the door, I hear muffled voices, then laughter, Laura's laughter, but with an edge I don't recognize. I push open the door and stop dead. Laura is on the bed, half-dressed, with a man I don't know. He's young, maybe in his late 20s, with a smug expression that makes my blood boil. They both look up, startled but not guilty. Laura's eyes flash with defiance, not shame. "What the hell is this?" My voice is loud, echoing off the walls. Laura sits up, casually adjusting her blouse. "This is Marcus," she says, as if introducing a colleague at a dinner party. "We've been seeing each other for a few months now." Marcus stands, pulling on his shirt, with an infuriatingly calm demeanor. "Nice to meet you, Mike," he says, extending a hand. I ignore him, my focus on Laura. "Seeing each other?" "Are you serious, Laura?" She sighs, exasperated. "Yes, Mike. I'm serious. I told you things were different. I need more excitement, more passion. Marcus gives me that. I feel like I've been punched in the gut. My mind races, trying to process her words. "So you're just going to cheat on me in our own home?" It's not cheating if I told you about it, she says, standing up and walking toward me. I told you I wanted more. I'm done pretending to be happy with this boring, predictable life. My heart pounds, anger and disbelief coursing through me. This is our marriage, Laura. You can't just bring another man into our bed and expect me to be okay with it. She crosses her arms, her face set in a stubborn line. Why not? It's not my problem if you can't handle it. I feel the ground shifting beneath me, my world crumbling. I look at Marcus, who's watching us with a bemused expression. Get out, I say, my voice cold and hard. Get the hell out of my house. He shrugs, picking up his jacket. Whatever you say, man. Laura, I'll see you later. As he walks past me, I resist the urge to hit him. Violence won't solve this. I turn back to Laura, who's watching me with a mixture of defiance and something else, maybe fear. You can't be serious about this, I say, my voice softer now, almost pleading. She looks away, her shoulders tense. I am serious, Mike. I need this. And I'm not going to apologize for wanting more. I feel a wave of sadness, realizing this isn't a nightmare I can wake up from. If this is what you want, then we're done, I say, my voice shaking. Laura looks at me, a flash of surprise in her eyes. Done? What do you mean? I mean, I'm filing for divorce, I say, the words tasting bitter on my tongue. I can't stay married to someone who doesn't respect me. She blinks, taken aback. You're overreacting, Mike. It's just sex. No, it's not, I say, my anger flaring again. It's betrayal. It's breaking the vows we made to each other. She opens her mouth to argue, but I hold up a hand. I don't want to hear it. I'll be staying with a friend tonight. You can have the house. I turn and walk out, my heart pounding. I grab my keys and head for the door, not looking back. The drive to my friend Tom's place is a blur. My mind is a storm of emotions, anger, sadness, betrayal. By the time I arrive, I feel numb. Tom greets me with a concerned look. Mike, what's going on? You look like hell. I give him a brief rundown, and he shakes his head, disbelief etched on his face. I can't believe it. Laura did that? I nod, feeling a fresh wave of pain. Yeah, and I'm done. I'm filing for divorce. Tom claps me on the shoulder. You're doing the right thing. You deserve better than that. I wish I could believe him, but right now all I feel is empty. The next morning, I wake up on Tom's couch, my neck stiff and my mind foggy. I need to start making plans. I need to take control of this situation. I pull out my phone and start looking up divorce lawyers. It feels surreal, like I'm watching someone else's life fall apart. I call a few law offices, setting up consultations. The idea of airing my dirty laundry to a stranger feels humiliating, but I don't have a choice. I need to protect myself. Later, I head back to the house to gather some things. Laura is there, sitting at the kitchen table, her face pale. She looks up as I enter, her eyes searching mine. Mike, can we talk? She asks, her voice soft. I shake my head, not trusting myself to speak. I head upstairs and pack a bag, grabbing clothes and essentials. When I come back down, Laura is still there, looking like she wants to say something. Please, Mike, just hear me out, she says, her voice breaking. I stop, taking a deep breath. What is there to say, Laura? You made your choice. She stands, wringing her hands. I didn't mean to hurt you. I needed something different. But I don't want to lose you. I laugh, a harsh, bitter sound. You don't want to lose me? After everything? She steps closer, her eyes pleading. I made a mistake. Can't we work through this? I feel a flicker of hope, but it's quickly extinguished by the memory of her and Marcus in our bed. I don't know, Laura. Right now I need space. I need to figure out what I want. She nods, tears spilling down her cheeks. I understand. Just don't make any decisions yet. Please. I nod, feeling a pang of sadness. I'll think about it, but I need to go. I leave, feeling a mix of relief and sorrow. This isn't how I imagined my life turning out, but I have to move forward. The next few days are a blur of meetings with lawyers and uncomfortable conversations with friends and family. I try to keep busy, to distract myself from the pain, but at night, when I'm alone in Tom's guest room, the reality of my situation hits me hard. One evening, I'm sitting in a cafe going over some paperwork when I see her. A young woman with bright red hair and a confident stride. She's beautiful, with a magnetic energy that draws people in. She catches me staring and smiles, a mischievous glint in her eyes. She walks over, her hips swaying. "Mind if I join you?" I blink, surprised. Sure." She sits down, her eyes never leaving mine. "I'm Natalie, and you are?" "Mike," I say, feeling a bit flustered. She smiles, a slow, seductive smile. "Nice to meet you, Mike. You look like you could use some company." We talk for hours, the conversation flowing easily. She's smart, funny, and refreshingly straightforward. There's a spark between us, an undeniable chemistry. As the evening progresses, the cafe empties out, leaving just the two of us. Natalie leans in, her voice low and husky. "Do you want to get out of here?" My heart races. I should say no. I should be focusing on my divorce, on putting my life back together. But I can't resist her. There's something about her that makes me feel alive again. "Yeah," I say, my voice barely a whisper. "Let's go." We walk back to my car, the air between us charged with anticipation. As soon as we're inside, she kisses me, her lips soft and demanding. I kiss her back, losing myself in the moment. For the first time in weeks, I feel a flicker of happiness, of excitement. We drive to a nearby hotel, the tension between us building. Once we're in the room, we don't waste any time. Clothes come off, and we fall onto the bed, our bodies entwined. It's intense, passionate, everything I've been missing. For a while, I forget about Laura, about the pain. All that matters is Natalie and the way she makes me feel. Afterward, we lie tangled together, catching our breath. Natalie traces patterns on my chest, her touch soothing. "I don't usually do this," she says, her voice soft. "Me neither," I admit, "but I'm glad we did." She smiles, a genuine warm smile. "Me too." As I drift off to sleep, I feel a sense of hope. Maybe things will get better. Maybe I can find a way to move on from the betrayal. But deep down, I know this is just the beginning. The road ahead is long and uncertain, and the real battle is yet to come. I wake up to sunlight filtering through the curtains. Natalie is still asleep beside me, her red hair spread out on the pillow like a fiery halo. For a moment, I let myself enjoy the peace, the warmth of her body next to mine. But reality crashes back in, and I remember why I'm here. Quietly, I slip out of bed and get dressed. I leave a note for Natalie, thanking her for the night. As I drive back to Tom's, my mind races with thoughts of Laura and the mess my life has become. I know I need to take action. I can't let her walk all over me. Back at Tom's, I call my lawyer, Diane. She's sharp, no nonsense, and exactly what I need. We set up a meeting for later that day. When I arrive at her office, she's already deep into my case, papers spread out on her desk. "Mike, good to see you," she says, motioning for me to sit. "I've reviewed your situation, and I think we have a strong case for divorce, but there are a few things we need to address." I nod, feeling a surge of determination. "I'm ready. What do we need to do?" "We need to gather evidence," Diane says. "Proof of her infidelity, financial records, anything that can support your case. And we need to be prepared for a fight. From what you've told me, Laura isn't going to make this easy." I think about Laura's defiant expression, the way she flaunted her affair. She won't, but I'm not backing down. Diane gives me a small smile. "Good. We'll start with a private investigator to gather evidence. Do you have someone in mind?" I shake my head. "No, but I'll find someone." She nods. "I'll make some recommendations. In the meantime, stay strong and document everything." I leave her office feeling a mix of hope and anxiety. This is just the beginning, but at least I have a plan. A week later, I meet with Rick, the private investigator Diane recommended. He's a grizzled veteran with a sharp eye and a no-nonsense attitude. We sit in a dimly lit bar, discussing the details. "So, you want dirt on your wife and her lover," Rick says, his voice gruff. "Exactly," I reply. "I need proof for the divorce, and I want to know everything about this guy she's seeing." Rick nods, scribbling notes. "I'll get you what you need, but it won't be cheap. I don't care about the cost. Just get me the evidence." Rick gives me a curt nod. "You got it." The next few days are a blur of tension and waiting. I try to focus on work, but my mind keeps drifting to Laura and Marcus. I check my phone constantly, hoping for updates from Rick. One evening, I get a call from him. "Mike, I've got something for you. Meet me at the usual place." I drive to the bar, my heart pounding. Rick is already there, a file folder on the table in front of him. He slides it over to me as I sit down. "Take a look," he says. I open the folder and feel a surge of anger. Photos of Laura and Marcus, together in various locations, restaurants, hotels, even our house. Rick has documented everything, every sordid detail. "This is exactly what I need," I say, my voice tight with emotion. "Thank you." Rick nods. "Happy to help. If you need anything else, let me know." I leave the bar, the weight of the evidence heavy in my hands. I know this is just the beginning, but it's a crucial step. I head to Diane's office, eager to show her what I found. She looks through the photos, her expression unreadable. "This is good, Mike. Very good. This will strengthen our case significantly." I nod, feeling a flicker of satisfaction. "What's the next step?" "We file for divorce," she says, "and we prepare for the fallout. Laura will likely contest, especially if she stands to lose financially. We need to be ready." "I'm ready," I say, determination hardening in my chest. "Let's do this." The next few weeks are a whirlwind of legal proceedings and tense encounters with Laura. She's furious when she receives the divorce papers, calling me in a rage. "How dare you, Mike?" she yells. "You think you can just end our marriage like this?" "You ended it, Laura," I say, my voice cold, "when you brought Marcus into our home. This is on you." She hangs up, and I feel a surge of relief. The lines are drawn. There's no turning back now. One evening, I'm sitting in my car outside Laura's house, watching her and Marcus through the window. Rick's words echo in my mind. "Document everything." I pull out my phone and start recording, capturing their interactions, their arguments. Suddenly, Marcus storms out of the house, slamming the door behind him. He gets into his car and speeds away. Laura stands at the window, looking distraught. For a moment, I feel a pang of sympathy, but it's quickly replaced by resolve. This is just another piece of evidence. As I drive away, I think about Natalie. I've seen her a few times since that first night, and she's been a welcome distraction. But I know I need to be careful. This is a complicated situation, and I can't afford any mistakes. A few days later, I get a call from Diane. "We've got a date for the preliminary hearing," she says. "Next week. Be prepared." I hang up, feeling a mix of nerves and anticipation. This is it, the moment I've been preparing for. I spend the next few days going over our case, making sure I'm ready. The day of the hearing, I walk into the courthouse, my heart pounding. Laura is already there, sitting with her lawyer. She glares at me as I approach, her eyes full of anger. "Ready for this?" Diane asks, her voice calm and steady. I nod, taking a deep breath. "Let's do it." The hearing is tense, with both sides presenting their arguments. Laura's lawyer tries to paint me as overreacting, claiming that her affair was just a symptom of a broken marriage. But Diane counters with the evidence Rick gathered, showing the extent of Laura's betrayal. The judge listens carefully, asking questions and taking notes. By the end of the day, I feel exhausted but hopeful. We've made a strong case, and I can see the doubt in Laura's eyes. As we leave the courthouse, Diane pulls me aside. "We did well today, Mike, but this is just the beginning. Be prepared for a long fight." "I am," I say, determination hardening in my chest. I'm not backing down. In the weeks that follow, the tension between Laura and me escalates. She's angry, lashing out at every opportunity. Marcus is around less and less, their relationship strained by the pressure. I focus on building my case, documenting everything and working closely with Diane. One evening, I'm sitting in a cafe going over some documents when I see Natalie walk in. She spots me and smiles, walking over to join me. "Hey, stranger," she says, sitting down. "How's it going?" I sigh, running a hand through my hair. "It's been tough, but we're making progress." She gives me a sympathetic look. "I'm sorry you're going through this. You deserve better." "Thanks," I say, feeling a warmth spread through me. "I appreciate it." We talk for a while, and it feels good to forget about the divorce for a bit. As the evening progresses, the cafe empties out, leaving just the two of us. Natalie leans in, her eyes sparkling. "Do you want to get out of here?" My heart races and I nod. "Yeah, let's go." We walk to my car, the tension between us building. Once we're inside, she kisses me, her lips soft and demanding. I kiss her back, losing myself in the moment. For a while, I forget about Laura, about the pain. All that matters is Natalie and the way she makes me feel. We drive to a nearby hotel, the anticipation between us growing. Once we're in the room, we don't waste any time. Clothes come off and we fall onto the bed, our bodies entwined. It's intense, passionate, everything I've been missing. For a while, I forget about everything else. Afterward, we lie tangled together, catching our breath. Natalie traces patterns on my chest, her touch soothing. "I don't usually do this," she says, her voice soft. "Me neither," I admit. "But I'm glad we did." She smiles, a genuine, warm smile. "Me too." As I drift off to sleep, I feel a sense of hope. Maybe things will get better. Maybe I can find a way to move on from the betrayal. But deep down, I know this is just the beginning. The road ahead is long and uncertain, and the real battle is yet to come. The tension is palpable as the day of the trial approaches. Every moment feels charged, my nerves frayed, my thoughts consumed by the impending courtroom battle. Diane and I meet almost daily, refining our strategy, anticipating Laura's moves. I spend nights going over evidence, making sure every detail is perfect. I still see Natalie, our encounters a welcome escape from the stress. She's become my confidant, my anchor in this storm. But even our passionate nights can't fully distract me from the trial. Each day brings me closer to the moment of truth. The morning of the trial, I wake up early, my mind racing. I dress carefully, putting on my best suit, wanting to project confidence. At the courthouse, Diane meets me at the entrance. She's calm, collected, and her presence reassures me. "Ready?" she asks, her eyes steady. I nod, taking a deep breath. "Ready." We walk into the courtroom, the air thick with tension. Laura is already there, sitting with her lawyer. She looks composed, but there's a hardness in her eyes that wasn't there before. Marcus sits behind her, his expression smug. Seeing him ignites a fire in me, fueling my determination. The judge enters, and the proceedings begin. Laura's lawyer, Mr. Turner, starts with a barrage of accusations, trying to paint me as unstable, overreacting to a minor infidelity. He downplays Laura's affair, suggesting it was a symptom of our failing marriage rather than the cause. Diane counters with the evidence Rick gathered, presenting photo after photo of Laura and Marcus together. The judge's expression hardens as he reviews the material. Diane's calm, methodical presentation contrasts sharply with Turner's aggressive tactics. As the trial progresses, Laura takes the stand. She speaks confidently, trying to justify her actions. "I was unhappy, Your Honor. Our marriage was falling apart. I needed something more, something Mike couldn't give me." Diane steps up for the cross-examination. "Mrs. Harris, you claim you were unhappy. But did you ever discuss these feelings with your husband? Did you seek counseling or attempt to resolve your issues?" Laura hesitates, a flicker of doubt in her eyes. I tried, but it was no use. Mike wouldn't listen. Diane presses on. And yet, instead of continuing to work on your marriage, you chose to engage in a long-term affair, even bringing your lover into the home you shared with your husband. Is that correct? Laura's face tightens. Yes, but no further questions, Diane says, turning away. I watch Laura step down, feeling a mixture of satisfaction and sadness. This is the woman I loved, the woman I thought I'd spend my life with. But she's a stranger now, someone who betrayed me in the worst possible way. Next, it's my turn to take the stand. My heart pounds as I walk to the witness box, but I force myself to stay calm. Diane's questions are straightforward, designed to highlight the impact of Laura's betrayal on our marriage. Mr. Harris, how did you feel when you discovered your wife's affair? She asks. I take a deep breath, my voice steady. I felt devastated, betrayed. Our marriage was built on trust, and she shattered that trust. Diane nods. And how has this affected you personally? It's been incredibly difficult, I say, my voice breaking slightly. I've had trouble sleeping, trouble focusing at work. It's like a dark cloud hanging over me all the time. She places a reassuring hand on my shoulder. Thank you, Mr. Harris. No further questions. As I step down, I catch Laura's eye. She looks away, her face pale. The rest of the day passes in a blur, both sides presenting their final arguments. The judge listens intently, taking notes. Finally, it's over. The judge adjourns the court, announcing that he'll deliver his verdict the next day. As we leave the courtroom, I feel a mixture of relief and anxiety. The weight is almost unbearable. That evening, I meet Natalie at a quiet bar. She hugs me tightly, her warmth soothing my frazzled nerves. How did it go? She asks, her voice soft. I sigh, leaning into her. It went well, I think. But we won't know until tomorrow. She kisses my cheek, her touch gentle. You did your best, Mike. That's all that matters. We spend the night together, our bodies entwined, seeking comfort in each other. The passion between us is intense, a welcome distraction from the stress of the trial. As we lie together afterward, I feel a sense of calm wash over me. Whatever happens tomorrow, I know I have her support. The next day, I wake up with a knot of anxiety in my stomach. I dress quickly, my hands trembling. At the courthouse, Diane is waiting for me. She gives me a reassuring smile, but I can see the tension in her eyes. We take our seats, the courtroom buzzing with anticipation. The judge enters, and everyone falls silent. He takes his seat, shuffling through his notes. After careful consideration of the evidence presented, I have reached a decision, he begins, his voice steady. My heart pounds, each beat echoing in my ears. The evidence clearly shows that Mrs. Harris engaged in a prolonged affair, which she did not make a good faith effort to resolve with her husband. Therefore, I find in favor of the plaintiff, Mr. Harris. The marriage is dissolved, and Mr. Harris will receive a favorable settlement. Relief floods through me, a weight lifting off my shoulders. I glance at Laura, who looks stunned, her face pale. Marcus is scowling, his smug expression replaced by anger. Diane squeezes my hand, a triumphant smile on her face. We did it, Mike. The weeks following the trial are a whirlwind of emotions. There's relief, but also a lingering sadness. Laura and I finalize the details of the settlement, and I move forward with my life. Natalie is a constant presence, her support unwavering. Our relationship deepens, the passion between us growing stronger. But there's always a part of me that's wary, cautious. The scars from my marriage run deep. One evening, we're lying in bed, the room filled with the soft glow of candlelight. Natalie traces patterns on my chest, her touch soothing. How are you feeling? She asks, her voice gentle. I sigh, staring up at the ceiling. Better, I think. It's just a lot to process. She nods, her eyes filled with understanding. I know, but you're strong, Mike. You'll get through this. I pull her close, feeling her warmth against me. Thank you, Natalie, for everything. She smiles, a soft, genuine smile. You don't have to thank me. I'm here because I want to be. Our lips meet in a slow, tender kiss, the world fading away. For a moment, I forget about the past, the pain. All that matters is her and the promise of a new beginning. But even as I try to move forward, the shadows of the past linger. One night, I receive a call from Rick. His voice is tense, urgent. Mike, I found something you need to see. Can you meet me? My heart races. What is it, Rick? It's about Marcus. I've been digging and I found something troubling. Meet me at the usual place. I agree, my mind racing with possibilities. What could Rick have found? And why does it feel like this nightmare isn't over yet? At the bar, Rick hands me a file, his expression grim. I open it, my eyes scanning the documents inside. What I see makes my blood run cold. Marcus has a criminal past, a history of manipulating and extorting wealthy women. And now he's set his sights on Laura. This isn't over, Mike, Rick says, his voice low. We need to act fast before he can do any more damage. I nod, my mind racing. I thought the trial was the end, but it's clear now that it was just the beginning. I need to protect Laura, despite everything. And I need to stop Marcus before he destroys any more lives. As I leave the bar, a new sense of determination fills me. The battle is far from over, but I'm ready to fight. For my future, for Laura's safety, and for the chance to finally put this nightmare behind me. The real battle is just beginning, and I'm prepared to see it through to the end. I drive home from the bar, Rick's words echoing in my mind. Marcus isn't just some random guy. He's dangerous. I need to protect Laura, no matter how much she's hurt me. As soon as I get home, I call her. Mike, her voice is tense, surprised. Why are you calling? Laura, we need to talk. It's about Marcus. She sighs, exasperated. I don't want to talk about him with you. You need to listen to me, I say, my voice urgent. He's not who you think he is. He has a criminal past, Laura. He's been targeting wealthy women, manipulating them, extorting them. There's silence on the other end. Then a shaky, "What? Are you serious?" "Yes, I have proof. Rick, my PI, found everything. We need to meet. I can show you the files." She hesitates. "Okay, where?" "My place, tomorrow at noon." "Fine," she says, then hangs up. The next day, I prepare the files Rick gave me, spreading them out on the kitchen table. My heart pounds as I wait for Laura. When she arrives, she looks wary, but there's a flicker of fear in her eyes. "Show me," she says, crossing her arms. I hand her the files, watching as she reads through them. Her face goes pale, and she sinks into a chair. "I can't believe this. He seemed so genuine." "That's how he operates," I say gently. "He gains your trust, then exploits it." Tears well up in her eyes. I was such a fool. I reach out, hesitating before touching her hand. "You weren't a fool, Laura. You were hurt, looking for something to fill the void. He took advantage of that." She looks at me, her eyes filled with regret. "I'm so sorry, Mike, for everything." I squeeze her hand. "We need to stop him before he hurts anyone else." We contact Rick and Diane, formulating a plan to expose Marcus. Rick suggests we gather more evidence, catching Marcus in the act. It's risky, but it's our best shot. Laura agrees to meet Marcus, wearing a wire. The idea makes my stomach churn, but it's necessary. We set up a meeting at a cafe with Rick and I nearby, monitoring everything. When the day arrives, my nerves are on edge. Laura sits at a table, her hands shaking slightly as she waits for Marcus. I watch from a distance, my heart pounding. Marcus arrives, his smile predatory. He sits across from Laura, leaning in close. "Hey, babe, you look tense." Laura forces a smile. "Just a lot on my mind." They talk for a while, Marcus trying to reassure her, but then he slips up, revealing his true intentions. You know, Laura, if we play this right, we could make a lot of money. Your ex-husband has plenty, and you deserve your share. Laura's eyes widen, but she plays along. What do you mean? Marcus grins. We get him to settle for more, pressure him, make him pay for the divorce. It's enough. Rick signals me, and I approach the table with Diane. Marcus's face changes, confusion turning to anger. What the hell is this? Diane steps forward, her voice firm. Marcus, we have everything we need to expose you. The recordings, your history, all of it. If you cooperate, it might go easier for you. He stands, fury in his eyes. You think you can take me down? Rick steps in, his presence intimidating. Yes, we do. Marcus glares at Laura, betrayal in his eyes. You set me up. She stands, her voice trembling but strong. You used me, Marcus. I won't let you hurt anyone else. The police arrive, taking Marcus into custody. As they lead him away, I feel a mixture of relief and lingering tension. This part of the nightmare is over, but there's still work to be done. With Marcus out of the picture, Laura and I focus on finalizing the divorce. It's a bittersweet process, filled with moments of regret and glimmers of hope for the future. Diane works tirelessly, ensuring everything is in order. One evening, as we go over the final paperwork, Laura looks at me, her eyes filled with sadness. I never wanted it to end like this, Mike. I sigh, feeling the weight of our shared past. Neither did I, but maybe it's for the best. She nods, tears slipping down her cheeks. I hope you find happiness, Mike. You deserve it. You too, Laura, I say, meaning it. Take care of yourself. With a final, lingering look, she leaves, and I feel a sense of closure. It's time to move on, to rebuild my life. Natalie has been my rock through all of this. Her unwavering support and love give me strength. One night, as we lie together, she turns to me, her eyes serious. What's next for us, Mike? I smile, brushing a strand of hair from her face. I want us to build a future together, a real one. She smiles, a warm, genuine smile. I'd like that. We kiss, our bodies entwined, and for the first time in a long while, I feel a sense of peace. The future is uncertain, but with Natalie by my side, I feel ready to face whatever comes. The weeks turn into months, and life slowly returns to normal. I focus on my work, my friendships, and my relationship with Natalie. We move in together, our lives blending seamlessly. It's not always easy, but we're committed to making it work. One day I receive a call from Diane. Mike, I thought you'd like to know that Marcus has been sentenced. He won't be bothering anyone for a long time. I thank her, feeling a weight lift off my shoulders. The past is finally behind me. I can move forward, free from the shadows that once haunted me. That evening, I share the news with Natalie. She hugs me tightly, her eyes filled with happiness. I'm so proud of you, Mike. You've come so far. I kiss her, feeling a deep sense of contentment. We've come far, together. As we sit on the porch, watching the sunset, I reflect on the journey I've been through. It's been a long, painful road, but I've emerged stronger, more resilient. I've learned to value myself, to fight for my happiness. The future stretches out before me, filled with possibilities. With Natalie by my side, I feel ready to embrace whatever comes. The past is a part of me, but it no longer defines me. I'm free to create a new life, one built on trust, love, and hope. Life continues, filled with moments of joy and challenges to overcome. Natalie and I grow closer, our bond strengthening with each passing day. We face the future together, confident in our love and commitment. One evening, as we sit by the fire, Natalie turns to me, a mischievous glint in her eyes. You know, Mike, I've been thinking. About what? I ask, curious. She smiles, her eyes sparkling. About the future, about us. I think we should take the next step. My heart skips a beat. You mean? She nods, her smile widening. Yes, I want to spend my life with you, Mike. I want us to build a family, to create a future together. I feel a surge of happiness, a sense of rightness. I want that too, Natalie, more than anything. We kiss, sealing our promise to each other. The road ahead may be uncertain, but we'll face it together, side by side. As the fire crackles and the stars shine above, I know that the darkest days are behind me. The future is bright, filled with hope and love. And for the first time in a long while, I feel truly happy. The days pass in a blur of routine and moments of unexpected joy. Natalie and I continue to build our life together, each day bringing us closer. Yet, a part of me remains vigilant, aware that Marcus's shadow still looms. One evening, I receive a call from Rick. His voice is tense. "Mike, we need to meet. It's urgent." My heart races. "What's going on, Rick?" "Just meet me at the usual place," he says before hanging up. I tell Natalie I need to go out, trying to keep the worry out of my voice. She gives me a concerned look but nods. "Be careful, Mike." I drive to the bar, my mind racing. When I arrive, Rick is already there, a serious look on his face. He hands me a folder. "Marcus made bail," he says, his voice grim. "What? How?" I ask, anger flaring. "His lawyer pulled some strings. He's out, and I've been keeping tabs on him. He's planning something, Mike." I open the folder, looking at the photos and notes. Marcus, meeting with shady characters, looking tense and angry. What's he planning? Rick shakes his head. "I don't know yet, but whatever it is, it's not good. We need to be ready." I nod, feeling a mix of fear and determination. "Thanks, Rick. Keep me updated." As I drive home, I can't shake the feeling of dread. I tell Natalie everything, and she insists on staying close, her support unwavering. A few days later, as I'm leaving work, I see Marcus waiting by my car. My heart pounds, but I force myself to stay calm. I approach him, keeping my distance. "What do you want, Marcus?" I ask, my voice cold. He smirks, his eyes glinting with malice. "Just wanted to chat. You and your little girlfriend seem pretty cozy." My fists clench. "Stay away from us." He steps closer, his voice low and threatening. "Or what? You think you can scare me? I'm not done with you, Mike. Not by a long shot." I feel a surge of anger but keep my cool. "You've already lost, Marcus. Don't make this worse for yourself." He laughs, a harsh grating sound. "We'll see about that." He walks away, leaving me seething. I get in my car, my mind racing with plans and contingencies. I know he won't back down, and I need to be ready. The next few days are tense. Rick keeps me updated, his reports detailed and precise. Marcus is making moves, trying to gather support from his old contacts. But he's slipping, growing more desperate and careless. One evening, I receive a call from Rick. "Mike, we've got him. He's planning something big, but we've got enough to take him down." I feel a surge of relief. "What do we need to do?" "Meet me at the warehouse on 5th Street. We're setting a trap." I tell Natalie, her eyes widening with fear. "Please be careful, Mike." I kiss her, trying to reassure her. "I will. This ends tonight." At the warehouse, Rick and his team are setting up. They've coordinated with the police, ready to catch Marcus in the act. As I wait, my heart pounds, adrenaline surging. Rick approaches, his expression serious. "You ready?" I nod. "Let's do this." We wait in the shadows, the tension thick. Finally, Marcus arrives, his goons in tow. He's holding a briefcase, his face set in a determined scowl. As he starts to make his move, the police swoop in, catching him off guard. "Freeze! Police!" they shout, weapons drawn. Marcus tries to run, but it's futile. He's tackled to the ground, handcuffed, his face twisted in rage. As they haul him away, he glares at me. "This isn't over, Mike," he shouts. "You'll pay for this." I watch him go, feeling a mix of relief and lingering fear. It's over, but his words echo in my mind. The next few weeks are a whirlwind. Marcus is charged with multiple counts, and this time, there's no getting out of it. The trial is swift, the evidence overwhelming. He's sentenced to a long prison term, his threats now empty words. I feel a sense of closure, a weight lifting off my shoulders. But the scars remain, a reminder of the battle I've fought. Natalie and I continue to build our life together. We move into a new home, a fresh start, free from the shadows of the past. Our relationship grows stronger, each day filled with love and support. One evening, as we sit on the porch, watching the sunset, Natalie turns to me, her eyes filled with warmth. "I'm proud of you, Mike. You've come so far." I smile, feeling a deep sense of contentment. We've come far together. We kiss, sealing our commitment to each other. The future is bright, filled with promise. The past is a part of us, but it no longer defines us. We're free to create a new life, one built on trust, love, and hope. Life continues, filled with moments of joy and challenges to overcome. Natalie and I grow closer, our bond strengthening with each passing day. We face the future together, confident in our love and commitment. One evening, Natalie turns to me, her eyes serious. "Mike, I've been thinking about the future." I raise an eyebrow, curious. "Oh, what about?" She smiles, a mischievous glint in her eyes. "About us, about building a family together." My heart skips a beat. "You mean?" She nods, her smile widening. "Yes, I want to spend my life with you, Mike. I want us to create a future together." I feel a surge of happiness, a sense of rightness. "I want that too, Natalie, more than anything." We kiss, sealing our promise to each other. The road ahead may be uncertain, but we'll face it together side by side. As the fire crackles and the stars shine above, I know that the darkest days are behind me. The future is bright, filled with hope and love. And for the first time in a long while, I feel truly happy. In the months that follow, Natalie and I build our life together, step by step. We navigate the challenges of blending our lives, facing obstacles with a united front. Our love grows stronger, deeper, a beacon of hope in the aftermath of chaos. One day I receive a letter from Laura. It's brief, but heartfelt. She apologizes for everything, acknowledging her mistakes and wishing me happiness. It's a small gesture, but it brings a sense of closure. I share the letter with Natalie, who hugs me tightly. "You've come so far, Mike. I'm so proud of you." I smile, feeling a deep sense of peace. "Thank you, Natalie. I couldn't have done it without you." We continue to build our future, creating new memories and forging a path filled with love and hope. The scars of the past remain, but they no longer define me. I'm free to live, to love, to embrace the future with open arms. The reckoning is over, the battle won. The future stretches out before us, a canvas waiting to be painted with the colors of our love and dreams. And for the first time in a long while, I feel truly, deeply happy. As we stand on the porch, watching the sun set on another beautiful day, I know that the journey has just begun. The past is behind us, and the future is ours to create. Together, we can face anything, overcome any obstacle, and build a life filled with joy, love, and endless possibilities. Life moves on with a sense of newfound peace. The trial is behind me, Marcus is in prison, and Laura and I have made our peace. I stand on the porch, looking out at the sunset, feeling a deep sense of contentment. Natalie joins me, wrapping her arms around my waist. "It's beautiful, isn't it?" she says, her voice soft. I nod, pulling her closer. "It is. And so are you." She smiles, kissing my cheek. "You've come a long way, Mike. I'm proud of you." I think back over the past year, the chaos and pain, the battles fought and won. It's been a long journey, but I've emerged stronger. Natalie has been my rock, my constant. I couldn't have done it without her. One morning, I receive an unexpected call. It's Diane. "Mike, I thought you should know that Laura has decided to move away. She's starting fresh." I feel a mix of emotions, relief, sadness, and a sense of closure. "Thanks for letting me know, Diane." After the call, I sit on the porch, reflecting. Laura and I had a tumultuous end, but maybe this is what we both need. A fresh start. I hope she finds happiness. Natalie and I continue to build our life together. We spend weekends exploring new places, creating memories. Our love deepens, a strong bond that nothing can break. We talk about the future, our dreams and plans. One evening, as we sit by the fire, I turn to Natalie, my heart pounding. Natalie, there's something I want to ask you. She looks at me, her eyes filled with love. What is it, Mike? I take a deep breath, pulling out a small box. Will you marry me? Her eyes widen, tears filling them. Yes, Mike. Yes, I will. We kiss, sealing our promise to each other. The future stretches out before us, bright and filled with hope. Our wedding day is perfect. Surrounded by friends and family, we exchange vows, promising to love and support each other. As we kiss, sealing our commitment, I feel a sense of joy like never before. Life with Natalie is everything I've dreamed of. We continue to grow, to face challenges together. Our love is strong, a beacon guiding us through life's ups and downs. We talk about starting a family, building a home filled with love and laughter. One day, as we walk through a park, Natalie turns to me, her eyes sparkling. Mike, I have some news. I raise an eyebrow, curious. What is it? She smiles, taking my hand. We're going to have a baby. Joy floods through me, and I pull her into a tight embrace. That's amazing, Natalie. I'm so happy. We prepare for the arrival of our child, our excitement growing with each passing day. When our baby is born, a beautiful, healthy girl, I feel a sense of completeness. Our family is complete, our love stronger than ever. As I stand on the porch, holding my daughter, I reflect on the journey that brought me here. The pain, the struggles, the battles fought and won. It's been a long road, but it led me to this moment, to this happiness. I look at Natalie, sitting nearby, her eyes filled with love. I love you, Natalie. Thank you for everything. She smiles, her eyes shining. I love you too, Mike. We've built a beautiful life together. We watch the sunset, our daughter cooing in my arms. The future is bright, filled with endless possibilities. I've come a long way, and I'm ready for whatever comes next. With Natalie by my side, I know we can face anything. Years pass, and our life continues to be filled with joy and love. We watch our daughter grow, each milestone a new adventure. Our bond remains strong, a testament to the love and trust we've built. One evening, as we sit together, Natalie turns to me, her eyes filled with warmth. Mike, do you ever think about the past? I nod, taking her hand. Sometimes, but mostly, I think about the future, about us. She smiles, leaning in for a kiss. Me too. I'm so grateful for our life, for everything we've built together. We sit in comfortable silence, the past a distant memory. The future is ours to create, filled with love and hope. We've faced our battles, and we've come out stronger. As I look at my family, I feel a deep sense of peace. The journey has been long, but it led me here, to this happiness, and I wouldn't change a thing. The sun sets, casting a warm glow over our home. I hold Natalie close, our daughter playing nearby. The future is bright, and I'm ready for whatever comes next. With my family by my side, I know we can face anything. This is just the beginning of our new life, filled with endless possibilities. The past is behind us, and the future is ours to create. And for the first time in a long while, I feel truly, deeply happy.